Wasn't expecting to see you today.
I wanted to pop by, see how you were. Kane, not around.
No? Why would he be?
Well, he's heard he could be the father.
Well, tell him that changes nothing.
You must be relieved that the police have cleared you.
Yeah, I am. Can concentrate on this little guy now. Can I cuddle him?
Well, if you wake him, I'll have to try and feed him again.
Oh, not going well.
No, they've told me it's often hard after blood transfusions. But hopefully he might start feeding okay eventually.
Well, whatever it takes, it's going to be worth it for you, innit, mate, eh?
Oh, I know how much you and Victoria wanted a child.
Oh, I better get back, actually. She's going to want some baby updates. Look, I'll see you later, all right?
Bye, darling.
Bye. See you.
Bye. I expect Kane will be here soon.
I don't think so. No matter what happens with the paternity test.
You having a test done?
Well, Pete needs to know for sure. We'll get the results today. But I don't think it'll make any difference to Kane.
Maybe you're underestimating him.
He won't want to have anything to do with this baby. That's fine by me.
Can I get another coffee, please, Bob?
You planning on staying there all morning?
It's just nice to see a friendly face right now. I reckon my mum felt the same when you stuck up for her. I appreciate that.
Ah, service with a smile. That's me.
Made our Pete's in. Might stay for me lunch and tea.
I suppose emotions are bound to be running high after everything you've both been through.
It's best to stay out of his way right now. Finn was usually the peacekeeper in these situations. Look, I just need to, I need to call Harriet and sort out the funeral.
I know that words are never enough at a time like this, but he was a good lad. We'll all miss him.
You told me Una always came in early to clean.
She does.
Well, I've been here since 6 and I've seen no sign of her.
She called in sick this morning.
Is it something serious?
Just a cold.
So she'll be back soon.
Probably. Do you have a problem with my cleaning?
Oh, excellent. As always. But I really need to meet Una.
I've already told you. I'll sort out the paperwork.
I like to meet all my employees. She's the only one on the payroll I've never met. Time I put that right. So next time she comes in, tell me I'll come and meet her here.
She likes to clean at night or early in the morning, so that might not be convenient.
Well, in that case, let's start with a phone call. Give me the number, and I'll call this afternoon.
Just give me a tick.
Great. It's time we sorted this once and for all.
I'll come through to your office and I'll put the number in your phone.
Good. Looking forward to our chat.
I came to tell Kane to get round the hospital.
Good luck to you. He told me to mind my own business when I mentioned it. And that's putting it politely.
Yeah, well, I'll be able to get through to him.
Leave him be, eh?
I am his mother.
Yeah, and you did seem to forget about that for a few years, left the rest of us to deal with it.
Well, if you think you're the expert on our son, maybe you should be the one putting him straight.
He might just listen to you, Zach. He gave Kyle his breakfast this morning, so it shows he cares about one son. Maybe you could talk to him about his little brother.
Yeah, but Maud's not sure that he's the dad, so that might open up another can of worms.
OK, I'll talk to him. How you doing, son?
OK.
Huh? Now, do you want me to come to the hospital with you?
Who says I'm going?
I know you said Pete were mouthing yesterday, but don't let that put you off.
I'm not bothered what Pete says.
Look, we've got to talk about this.
Well, those two seem up for a chat. Why don't you talk to them?
Well, if that's how you've been dealing with him all these years, I'm not surprised he grew up wild.
Should I take these to the kitchen?
No, it's OK. I can manage. You've done a good day's work. Now the girls are here, you have a break.
Cheers.
Oh, looks like you're becoming Doug's favourite.
Just because he's read some murder mystery, he thinks he's the great detective. I'd spoke with his mad theories about that Emma. He seems to think she might have an evil twin.
Drop of this might help.
Quality?
The good news is we've got the drink for the party and Liv's got the place.
Wait, what are you talking about?
brother's flat's empty, it sounds like the perfect venue, right?
Invitation I can't refuse.
I haven't invited anyone. Stop playing so hard to get. But deep down you fancy him and you're not going to be disturbed in an empty flat.
Someone's stolen a bottle of vodka from the bar. Honestly. I intend to find out who did that.
Look, Moira's been through enough, so let's try and keep things calm.
I need the results of that paternity test.
It's not through yet.
Yeah, and you should see, this is not the time to be pushing her about it.
Look, you told my mum it was my baby. And if it is, I have the right to be part of his life.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. They promised me that they would send them over today.
All right. This is cosy. Sorting it out amongst yourselves.
We're waiting for the results of the paternity test, all right?
I thought your mum put Moira through. I'm surprised you even showing your face.
Here you are.
Are those the results?
Yes, Mrs. Dingle. But we can ask your guest to leave if you'd rather open them in private.
It's okay. Thanks.
Two teas, please, Bob. Bring them over for you.
Hey, that's a bit of luck, isn't it? Maybe we can have lunch together.
I'm sorry, Sam. I've got to go.
What? Can you not stay for a cup of tea with me?
2 teas.
Ta.
That's a shame to let it go to waste.
Help yourself.
Never nice being stood up.
Lydia don't seem to have any time for me these days. She works all the hours, and when I try and talk to her about it, she just clams up.
Yeah, she's acting weird at work as well. I saw her and Rishi together earlier, and don't freak out, right, but I think she gave him my number.
What? You think Rishi's what's been taking up all the time?
Yeah, he's always liked the ladies.
She'd be bound to find him more interesting than me. Not exactly a great catch, am I?
Well?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything until I was certain. I'm really sorry I misled you.
Come on. You never really thought it was mine.
If I hadn't have said it to your mum, she would have let me die. Please, Pete, I didn't want to hurt you like this.
You should have just been honest with me.
Well, I honestly didn't know who the father was for sure.
So, if Pete isn't the father, it must be you.
I didn't give a DNA sample.
There were only 2 people it could have been.
That's your baby. What are you going to do about it?
Harriet, I've already told you. This changes nothing.
There you go, then.
What? Surely you're going to be there for your son.
We don't need him in our lives.
And that's fine with me.
But this changes everything.
I don't think so.
Came to say I'm sorry for upsetting Pete yesterday. Obviously said the wrong thing.
I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. I reckon it's impossible to say the right thing when he's in this kind of mood.
I know it's a terrible time you're going through. I'm going to miss Finn too. Valerie and I got really fond of him when he worked for us.
I know. I've booked the church for the funeral on Thursday. Hope you can make it.
Thank you. I'll be there.
You're welcome to join us for drinks after as well.
We'll put you in charge.
Mum, Dad and Finn are all dead. We're the only family that we've got. Why do you want to row about it?
Look, I know how tough it is to lose someone close to you, but you're going to need each other's support through this.
Yeah, well, this is between me and Ross. So you can keep your nose out.
Right. Leave it to it.
Look, he didn't mean anything by that. Thank you for coming. I am hurting too. But hitting out at some old man is not going to help anything.
Yes, that I know. I'm sorry.
I thought Finn should be buried with Dad. And I wanted to have a few drinks after to say goodbye. If you've got any better ideas, I am happy to talk.
I am sorry. You've done really well.
Are you okay?
I've always had a paternity test. I'm not the father.
Can I have a look at your shoes?
Oh, is this necessary?
There is a muddy footprint behind the bar, which I believe will lead to the culprit.
Mystery solved. It was one of the rugby lads.
Well, I did consider that, but the vodka was taken before they checked in.
So it was one of yesterday's guests?
Well, 2 nuns on a nature ramble, I don't think so, which leads me to believe that it can only be one of you. And I hope someone does the decent thing and owns up. Liv?
Wasn't me.
All right, you can go back to work. Gabby?
It was me. Gabby had nothing to do with it.
Well, I'm glad you had the good sense to own up, but I'm afraid you're sacked.
I need the wages to pay off my bill.
Well, you'll have to find another job to pay me back, won't you? In the meantime, you can pack your stuff up and get out.
Thanks for not dropping me in it. I owe you for that.
No point us both getting the sack.
Hello, could I speak to Una, please?
This is Una speaking.
Ah, glad we finally got through. It's Mr. Sherman from the factory. Perhaps we could meet up for a chat.
Not tonight.
Obviously not if you're still ill, but we can arrange for something next week. Now, as I explained to Lydia, I like to get to know all my staff.
I don't think the cold will be over this next week.
Oh, you okay, love?
Who's that with you?
No one.
It sounded like Lisa.
You must be mistaken. I'm all alone here.
I can see that. What's going on? Where's Una?
She never existed. I made her up.
Why would you do something so weird?
I needed the money. I knew people would say that I couldn't work such long hours, so it was easier to pretend I'd taken on an assistant.
There's a reason why you could not work that many hours. It's unsafe and illegal.
I'm sorry.
You lied to us.
It was just a white lie. I didn't want to let anyone down.
It's still dishonest.
You've always been pleased with my cleaning.
But that's not the point. You're sacked.
Please, can you just give me another chance?
This was all wrong. You must have known it couldn't last.
Sam, I hate to break this to you, but you were right. Lydia and Rishi were having an affair. I've just heard him breaking it off.
If they sent you to nag me about Maura, don't bother. No, it's Lydia. It seems like she might have been having an affair with Rishi.
So?
Well, I don't want to lose her.
Sounds like you already have.
Kenny says he's broken it off, so I was hoping you could give me some tips on how to win her back.
Don't bother.
I really like her, Kate. I never thought I'd feel like this about anyone after Alice.
Yeah, and look how that turned out. Just save yourself the heartache.
Spreading a bit of happiness, I see.
Just telling it like it is.
You're only behaving like this because you still care about Moira and you can't get your head around where this baby leaves you.
Don't need analysing, thanks.
So stop trying to kid yourself about your real feelings. I'm just asking you to be honest, Kane.
Moira said she doesn't want anything to do with me anymore, and I'm fine with that. So what difference does it make to you?
Whatever you say now, I know in the end you're going to be drawn back to Moira and your baby because that's where your heart is. The longer it takes for you to face up to that, the more it's going to hurt both of us, so... just put me out of my misery.
Right, you. Let's go to Woolley.
I'm not in the mood for being gawped at again.
We can collect Moses from charity if you're that keen on having a baby around.
Is that supposed to be funny?
I guess not. Look, while you're feeling all soppy about what you've lost, I'm here to remind you, mate, that there is nappies to be changed, being up all night.
Well, it's not just the baby. Look, it's Finn. What Mum did. Finding out about Dad.
It's the same for me too. But brooding on it won't change anything. We've just got to get on with life. Okay. Cheers.
Who was it?
It was the police.
What did they want?
Look, I can deal with this, mate. It's all right.
If they've got new info, I need to know.
They were dropping off in stuff.
I thought we'd said all we needed to.
Not quite. So you think me and Moira should be back together because of the baby?
I think you should be with her because that's where your heart is. You say you don't care, but you've been up to the hospital enough times, Kane. It's obvious how you really feel.
Well, maybe a long time ago, but we've moved on since then.
But you still ended up in her bed.
Yeah, but we didn't get back together, like... She said it was a mistake.
So you settled for me?
Look, we are great together.
You don't know how many times I've wanted to hear you say that.
Yeah, well, I have now, so let's move on and put all this behind us.
I wish I could. But I don't believe you, Kane.
Look, if you're not up to this, I've already said I'll sort it.
Well, we both lost a brother. We should do it together.
You should have seen it when he had the bottle to flash this as a real police badge.
Only he'd get away with that.
Yeah. Well, first time round anyway. Won't be needing that anymore. Suppose one of us should go through his contacts and tell anyone we've not spoken to about the funeral.
I'm not sure I can face it.
Maybe we should go away for a while, you know, till the dust settles. I've got family in Ireland. I might not have a spa, I know, but we could go there for a bit.
It's so easy to say yes.
So what's stopping you?
Maybe you won't let yourself believe it, but you belong with Moira and your baby. Are you letting yesterday get to you? With Pete, what he said about you and your kids. No, this means more to you than you're letting on.
You're not listening to me. Moira doesn't even want me anymore.
Because she's as stubborn as you are. That's why the only way I can set you straight is by telling you you belong with her. I'm not an option.
What? Right, listen, if you're not into this anymore, just set me straight instead of using Moira as an excuse.
Kane, why aren't you getting this? I love you. And I probably always will, but the trouble is, you're not mine to love.
That doesn't make sense.
You've always known what I am, what I believe.
So, you've known that about me too.
I've turned a blind eye. Now, the commandments have been a problem from the start. Thou shalt not steal. The trouble is, I'm the one who's been stealing. Somebody else's man. Go and fight for Moira.
Harriet.
Okay.
It's World Mental Health Day, so Save Money Good Health is road testing the best ways to deal with stress next tonight. Then meet the families swapping their city homes for life by the sea. Robson Green's Coastal Lives is at 8. Before New Call the Cleaners is at 8:30 tonight, here on ITV.